Hey team, Chris here from christinsley.com, your mindfulness mentor. Today I want to talk to you about overthinking and busy minds and how to calm down that busy mind and how I did it and some things that did work and some things that did not work. So before we get into that, let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how busy is your mind? 1 being calm and unicorn and rainbows, and 10 being just spinning crazily out of control. I don't know about you, but mine used to be up there at 10 and 11, and it was exhausting at the end of the day. All of these thoughts just spinning round and round on endless repeat, and it drove me crazy. So I've now learned how to calm down those thoughts, but first I'm going to tell you the 4 things, seemingly reasonable, rational things that did not work. Now these are common advice that you will hear, but they absolutely did not work for me. So number 1 was trying to make them stop. We got overthinking mind and we're trying to use more thinking to calm them down. It did not work. It was like trying to not think of a pink elephant. It gave it more focus, more attention. It made it even worse. So that did not work for me. Number 2 is trying to reason and rationalize with them, maybe getting out a piece of paper and writing down lists of pros and cons and just being really logical with it all. It seems so normal and so right and something that would work. And I'm not saying it didn't help at all. It did help a little bit and it gave me a little bit of relief, but the thoughts would always come back and then I would feel like a failure. So number 2 did not work for me. Number 3 was trying to change those thoughts, trying to repeat positive affirmations or just switch and ditch. Again, sounds so reasonable, so logical. Did not work for me, and then I would beat myself up when that negative thought, because let's face it, when you're exhausted by all of the mental chatter, a lot of it is negative. So I would beat myself up when it would come back because I thought there was something very wrong with me having all of these negative thoughts in the first place. And hint, hint, that was a big part of my problem. Not the actual thoughts that were there, but my response to them, being scared of them, being worried about them, thinking there was something wrong. So that did not work for me. And number 4, I'm just looking down here at notes. Number 4, ignoring them did not work for me either. It was like I was trying to stuff them under the rug. You know, eating, drinking, scrolling, spending, all of the overdoing things to try and ignore them and trying to make them go away. That did not work for me. The thoughts were still there. It was like trying to sprinkle glitter over poo, and it did not work for me. So there is good news to this video. Now I'm going to tell you the few things that did work in managing my overthinking mind. The first one was knowing that those negative thoughts are absolutely normal. As I said before, I used to think that there was something very wrong with me for having some negative, a lot of negative thoughts or worry thoughts, stress, rumination. I thought that everybody else was on their merry way, not having this go on inside their head, and that there was something wrong with me. And then I learned that the human brain is designed to have negative thoughts or designed to look for danger, to worry. It's like a survival mechanism. If we're on the lookout for things that could go wrong, we're more likely to stay safe. So it was absolutely normal for that to happen. That was a big relief for me. Number 2 is letting them be there. What a concept. Letting the thoughts actually be there, but not taking them seriously or personally. Now that's called diffusing from my thoughts, and that's getting a bit technical. That's now what I teach people in my mindfulness classes, and that has been a lifesaver for me and for so many others, so many of my clients, in diffusion from thoughts. So I'll give you a little example. Previously, if I'd have a thought of, let's say I can't do it, it's all too hard, and I'd fuse with that thought, I'd wear it, I'd step into it, I'd believe it, I'd think it was me. And now I can still have that same thought, that negative looking for danger thought that I know is now that I know is normal. I can't do it, it's all too hard, blah, blah, blah. Now the diffusion technique I use is, well, I use a couple of them. So thanks mind, thanks for trying to keep me safe, but I can let you flow on by thought and I can get on with my day and go about my day and keep taking action. Or number 2 is, I'm noticing I'm having the thought that I can't do it. It gives me some space and some separation. And I know that the thought is not me. I notice I'm having the thought that I can't do it and it's all too hard. Oh well, thanks mind, but I'll let that thought float on by. So the diffusion of thoughts really helped me, and not taking them seriously and not taking them personally. And the last one is choosing the second thought. So now knowing that I don't get much control over the first thought that pops in, that happens as kind of a habit loop, or a looking for danger, or just this design fault in our human brains in that it likes to worry and it likes to look for danger. So I don't try and change it, I let it be there, and then I choose the second thought. Now I know that sounds like I'm trying to change it, but trying to change it was taking the first thought seriously and trying to swap it out. This one's letting the first thought be there, but getting to choose a second thought on purpose. It's different. It sounds very similar, but it's very different in its intention. It's an and, not all. Okay, there is this negative thought, and I'm going to choose a second thought. Not, there is this self-doubt thought, and I can't handle it, and I need to fix it, and something's wrong, and I need to change it. Can you see the difference? It's the intention behind it. Anyway, those things have really worked for me to settle this, rumination and spinning, and I thought they may help you as well. Let me know in the comments section below if you got something out of this and if that helps you. Okay team, have a great day. See ya.